So I've been thinking, y'all, what do you call a pig who knows karate? A pork chop. So welcome back to Fourth Dimensional Learning. You're here with your favorite elementary educator, Mr. Rhymes, and today we're going to do another learn and burn. So the first two things we're going to work on today actually deal with an analog clock. So first let's get acquainted with how to show a clock using our bodies. For a clock, we need an hour hand and a minute hand. Now typically an hour hand is shorter than a minute hand so that you can tell the difference, but our arms are about the same length, so we're going to use our minds. I'm going to point both my hour hand and minute hand up at 12. As long as they both point up at 12, it's showing 12 o'clock. If I bring my hour hand a little bit over towards this way, you'll notice it's pointed at the 1, while my minute hand is still pointing at 12. That shows 1 o'clock. If I bring my hour hand down a little bit more, you notice it's now pointed at 2. This is 2 o'clock. If I come down here, what time do you think it is? Hopefully you said 3 o'clock. I keep going to make 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. All right? Now, let's go one time around the clock just so we know that we have our clock positions. This is 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, you say it. Very good, very good. All right, shake those arms out. That was some work. Next thing we're gonna do, let's look at 4 different positions on the clock, all right? Let's start with 12 o'clock. That means both hands are pointed up right at 12. The 4 different positions we're looking at are 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, hour hand this way, minute hand this way, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. All right, again, the 4 we're looking at are going to be 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. All right, so I'm gonna be calling out some of these times and I want you to use your body to match these times. So for example, if I say, show me 12 o'clock, we're gonna show 12 o'clock. Both of those hands are pointed up towards 12. If I say, show me 3 o'clock, make sure that hour hand's pointing towards 3 and that minute hand is pointed straight up. 6 o'clock. Good job. Hour hand straight down, minute hand straight up. 9 o'clock. Very good. And 12 o'clock. All right. Get the wiggles out and let's see if you can match my times. Ready? Let's see 12 o'clock. Let's see 6 o'clock. Let's see 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9, 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Very good. Wiggle that out. Let's move on to our next thing. All right, everybody. For our next activity, we're actually going to be using vowel sounds. So those are going to be A, E, I, O, U. We're going to use those long sounds as well as the short sounds. A, E, I, Now it's going to be important for us to know those sounds because instead of counting, we're going to use those vowel sounds today. So this is an activity that we've already done. So we take our hands and put them behind our back. Remember, we're not going to get interlaced and start pulling on our necks. We're just gently placing these two behind our head. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull our knee as high as we can so that our elbow only has to come forward. Pull that knee as high as you can. As high as you can. Your goal is for your elbow and your knee to touch. Now, if your elbow does not quite touch your knee, that is completely okay. The goal is for you to get as close as you can. Remember to bring your knee as high as it goes without pulling your neck down. Now, instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, what we're going to do is say our vowel sounds. So we're going to start with our long sounds. A, E, I, O, U. That's going to look like A, E, I, O, U. Of course, we're going to also do the short vowel sounds, which are A, E, I, So let's do those. A, E, I, Very good, very good. Let's do it one more time. We'll start with the long vowels, then go to the short vowels. Ready? A, E, I, O, U. Short vowels. A, E, I, Very good. Wiggle it out. Let's go to the next thing. Alrighty, so the last activity for today is going to be multiplication hops. This activity is pretty simple because all you're going to be doing is hopping to answer a multiplication question. The multiplication sentences we're going to use today are multiplication squares, which means that the factors we're using are going to be the same. And the answers that we get, those products, are called perfect squares. So for example, when I do 2 times 2, using those same products, I get 4, which is a perfect square. If I use 5 times 5 and get the product of 25, 25 is a perfect square. We'll get into perfect squares a little bit later, but it's important that we understand how to get the multiplication of it first. So let's practice with them. We're gonna be doing 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3, 4 times 4, 5 times 5, 6 times 6, 7 times 7, 8 times 8, 9 times 9, 10 times 10, 11 times 11, what? Yes. And 12 times 12. So I hope you're ready. Remember that to do this exercise, I'm gonna ask you a problem. For example, I'm gonna say, what is 2 times 2? You're gonna think about it, and I'm gonna start hopping. Hope you hop the same thing. 2 times 2. Then I'll ask it again. 2 times 2 is 4. Let's get some started. We're gonna start with, what is 1 times 1? 1 times 1 is 1. What is 2 times 2? 2 times 2 is 4. What is 3 times 3? 3 times 3 is 9. Very good. What is 4 times 4? Four times 4 is 16. 16. 5 times 5? Got it? Five times 5 was 25. All right, we're gonna do 6 times 6. Think about it. 6 times 6, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. I got it. Six times 6 is 36. 36. Very good. Alrighty, it's 7 times 7. Come on, you got this one. 7 times 7. 7 times 7. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42. Got the answer. No cheating. Seven times 7 is 49. All right, let's get to it. 8 times 8 is 8 times 8 is 8 times 8. Hop it out. Eight times 8 is 64. 64. All right, it's time. 9 times 9. 9 times 9 is, you better know it. Hop it up, hop it up. Nine times 9 is 81. We are not done. Stretch those legs out. Stretch them out because we're going for the next one. You better know it. 10 times 10 is, let's do it. Ten times 10 is 100. 100. Got 2 more to go. Come on. Don't quit on me. All right. We're going to do 11 times 11. 11 times 10 is 110. So then 11 times 11, I just add 10. Think I've got it. 11 times 11 is, oh gosh. All right, 11 times 11, let's do it. Eleven times 11 is 121. We have one more to do. You can do it. 12 times 12. Think about it, think about it. 12 times 12, 12 times 12. For me, I think about 12 times 10. Then add a 12. Then add one more 12. That's a lot of bounces, but I can do it. 12 times 12 equals, let's do it. Alrighty, 12 times 12 is 144. Marvelous job, guys. Well, that is going to be it for today. Thank you so much for learning with us. Thank you so much for burning with us. Cannot wait to see you again for another Learn and Burn. Take care.